Happy Saturday. Today we're going to be talking about the Afrikaners. We're going to ask the question, why are progressives so racist and hate white people? They would rather have someone come into the country who wants to murder our citizens than to have someone stay out of the country that's being murdered in their country.
Showtime with Ray Sean Blyton, prepare to get triggered. Ready, set, go. Get triggered. Two genders, male and female. The world makes sense again. Blue heroes, agenda big fail. Get triggered.
Hey, Ray Sean Blyden here for Let's Get Triggered. So we're going to be talking about the Afrikaners, as I said in the opening there, because it really do seem like the progressive, whether it be white, black, Hispanic, whoever, whatever race you are, progressive, you guys are sick in the head. You really are sick. So look at what I'm wearing, just to let you know how long I've been a supporter. I don't know if you could see this on the screen there, but this was the first and only time I've ever volunteered for a presidential nominee. I've never done that ever. So it says here September 30th, 2015, Keene, New Hampshire, volunteer. Let me put that in frame there. So that was pretty cool. That was cool. The only disappointment, we were supposed to take pictures with Trump after, but we never got to do that. So that was a little disappointing. But other than that, it was amazing time. And I will be in New Hampshire June 27th with my church. The pastor has planned a 2-day trip, Friday and Saturday. We will be hiking. We'll be in this big old cabin, so it should be a good time. Probably gonna bring my GoPros and my what's the other one I have? I can't think of the other one. Osmo. So I have to test those out. I can probably bring those with me. Should be a fun time. But let's talk about what's going on here, because many people really believe the hype. I don't know. Actually, I maybe I want to take that back. I don't know how many people still believe the crap that they're being fed from the mainstream media, because obviously they lie. How do you know they're lying? Because their lips are moving, like Judge Judy would say. But let's read the story. Who are the Afrikaners seeking refuge in the U.S.? President Donald Trump raised the issue of killings of white South Africans in that country during an Oval visit by its president this week. It came as the Trump administration expedited the refugee claims of some white South Africans who who felt that they are no longer safe in their black majority home country. And these are not just feelings. They're actually murdering and raping these people, the farmers, the white farmers. Now, some of the white farmers, they have black workers. I think they're getting the same treatment as well. But their target and no, their leaders. I mean, if you saw the confrontation, well, not the meeting between Trump and what's his name, unpredictable, whatever his name is. I don't know his stupid name, but him. They played him a 7-minute video showing the leaders essentially saying, "Kill the white farmers." So it's sickening. You shouldn't condone racism on any side. And that's why I'm so sick and tired of black Americans, especially because you condone racism a lot. You don't say boo if white people are being um, racially targeted. Why? Because you have a stick up your butt from years and years and years ago that they were racist to you. Well, you idiots, these white farmers had nothing to do with racism back in the day. In fact, I should point you towards a book, and I'm pointing up. Click on that and read that book and get back to me and let me know what you think. But then again, you're so filled with hatred, it doesn't matter, douchebags. But anyway, let's continue on here. Um, as of May 8th, the U.S. government had granted 59 Afrikaners refugee status, and the State Department have received 8,000 inquiries. This is from the Daily Signal, by the way. It says here, the Signal depends on your support, so okay, donate to them. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, I have to stop right there. I was not a big supporter of his. I was actually didn't want him to be a pick, but he's absolutely knocking it out of the park. I love him now. I love his I love his attitude. I wish he was always like this. To me, back in the day when he was running to be president, he was more seemed more moderate to me. But I love this Mark Rubio. He's awesome. So I'm eating my humble pie. I'm taking it back. I love this guy. He's doing an amazing job. But Marco Rubio defended the Trump administration's actions when he appeared before the Senate Foreign Relations. That lady was. Let's see if I can click on this. Let's see if we have a video of this. Uh, well, I'm not gonna. Let's not get. Let's get back to the article. But anyway, he put that witch in her place. Here's the quote here. Can you have a different standard based upon the color of somebody's skin? Would that be acceptable? Senator Tim Kaine asked the secretary in what some some saw as a, a leading question, which it was. I'm not the one arguing that. Apparently, you are, which is true. Marco Rubio did not bring up skin color. That's the problem with progressive and white and black uh, Americans. They always bring up race. It's always an issue. Race this, race that, race this. How about you race to Africa? Oh, wait. When you went to Africa and you didn't like it, you wanted to come back. Remember that fatty? I forgot her name. But anyway, I'm not arguing that. Apparently you are because you don't like the fact that they're white. It's true. And that's why they're coming. Ruby replied, and it's true. It's no doubt about it. Let's see. According to the 2022 census, there are 4.5 million white South Africans living in South Africa, comprising about 7% of the country's population. A majority are called Afrikaners, and they're descendants of Dutch settlers who began immigrating from Europe to South Africa in the early 1600s. The rest are generally descendants of British settlers. Many Afrikaners speak their own language called Afrikaans, not to be confused with what do you call it? I can't even think of the name of the other part of Africa where they speak like they don't do that. They don't do that over here. They do a different language, in large part from Dutch, but also incorporates words from African languages. A significant number also known English as a second language. So that's just regular English. Those white South Africans who are religious are primarily Christians and are members of various Dutch Reformed, Catholic, Anglican, and Methodist churches, and a minority are Jewish. famous South Africans who have migrated, I mean, who has immigrated to America, including Elon Musk. Did you see that Elon Musk? I don't know if you saw Elon Musk. He was at that meeting. If you know that word, if looks could kill. Oh man, he was. Oh man, I could feel the tension. You could just see it. It was like, "Eeeeing," like Superman beaming. Speaking of Superman, where's my phone? Oh, I don't have. Oh wait, yeah, I do. I am very excited to see Superman, but I was watching who was it? I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I have different YouTubers, but he does movies and stuff. He like talks about mostly DC and Marvel stuff. And I have so many pictures. I screen captured something that just irritate me. They always have to represent the the less than 1% community. It was a scene where the new trailer that they showed for Superman. Now, I would have never known that if this guy didn't break it down. But basically, it was when Superman was fighting someone in the stadium. Where is it? And then if you pause it, they have the LGBTQ, LMNPQRSTUVWXYZ colors, and then the transgender color. I didn't even know they had the colors, but why am I shocked by that? I got too many things here. I'm not gonna look through this. But anyway, that just irritated me. It's like it I was like 100% hyped and ready to go see Superman, and probably still will. But that thing there that I saw bumped off 20%. So now I'm at 80% right now. But it just irritates me. They always have to freaking just stuff that's hi, I'm a man with the boobs. It just pisses me off. But anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent. I'm not gonna look for it. Let's just continue here. Um, Elon Musk, actress Charlize Theron, I don't even know them, and David Sachs, a billionaire Silicon Valley investor. Both Musk and Sachs were major supporters of Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. Musk and Trump are very close. I mean, I only know that what I would do if I have a close friend and he's telling me something in my ear that hey, this is happening in my home country, you bet I'm gonna do something about it. It's human nature. You're gonna look after your friends. That's just what you do. But anyway, some of the Afrikaners are infamously known for having either participated in or having descendant from those who participated in a racist system of brutal segregation. Again, they're killing people who had nothing to do with it. They're killing racist economic deprivation and vicious persecution. So let me get this straight. So essentially, you're saying it's okay to murder and brutalize these people for something that their ancestors did back in the day. That's essentially what you're saying here. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And so I'm not going to read that about the evil apartheid. We know about the apartheid. Apartheid is generally viewed to have been okay. Yeah, we're not going to read that. 1948. Blah 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 blah. So this article is just pretty much telling me about the old Afrikaners. I don't want to know about the ones that are getting raped and murdered because of their ancestors. Again, if you read that book that I mentioned earlier, you'll see that black Africans they have a lot of blood on their hands. They're the ones who are like, okay, little slave boy, let me sell you for a bag of sugar. Come on, what man? Just give me a half. I tell you what, I don't even need 2 pounds of sugar. Just give me a half a pound. Just give me a scoop, just one scoop of sugar, and you could have 10 slaves. What do you say? Take these Negroes, take them out. Go on. What do you say? Give me a half a pound. That's pretty much, yeah. Anyway, The African, I sound like Joe Biden anyway. The African National Congress has been criticized for failing to stem corruption in the 30 years it's grown. And I don't need to play any of the videos. Trump, they play a lot of that stuff already. But the fact of the matter is that this has to end. It's just insane. And you have people in this country who are literally saying, I would rather have a Venezuelan gang member who's killing and raping our women and killing our men than to have a white South African come over here because of skin color. That's the definition of being racist. You are. Let me see if I could find that book real quick here so I could show you. Uh, let's see. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. I have to show you. You have to read this book because it's an eye opener. Here it is. Let's see if I can put this on the screen. Let's see here. Let me just do this. Here we go. This book is on Amazon. This book right here. So if you look at this, it says here, just in case you're somehow listening and you're not watching this, the name of the book is called Roots of Betrayal, a historical examination of African tribes selling other Africans to Europeans. I'll say it again. Selling other Africans to Europeans. What does that mean? Just like I said, the black Africans were selling other black Africans to white Europeans for whatever they could. It wasn't even money for sugar or whatever they could get their hands on. Now it's not a long book; it's about 61 pages, but it's well worth the. What is it? This looks like it's the ebook. Yeah, it comes in ebook. It looks like it only comes in ebook, but it's worth a read for sure. By I can't even pronounce her name. How do you pronounce this? Terea Benson. Yep, Terea Benson. So bravo to you, Terea. It's a great book, but you should check it out because essentially it's should be an eye opener for you who just like to follow things blindly. But it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem having these farmers come over here. It really shouldn't be. Heck, I'd host one of them. I got 2 bedrooms. Or hey, government, hey, fix my basement up. You could make it a whole apartment. I'll host a few. Not too big. I wouldn't do that for the Venezuelans though, or for any of the other ones because they're not being persecuted. But anyway, I don't got much more to say on this other than stop being hateful because you hate white people that much that you would rather them be slaughtered and be happy about that. It's just how much hate can you have in your heart? It's just really not a good look. Not a good look. Anyway, leave your name, leave your name, leave a like, share, and subscribe. I don't know why I said leave your name, and I'll see you next time.
Choose life, don't sleep around. Be responsible, silly clown. Prepare to get triggered. Get triggered. I am somebody, it may be your body, but it's mine.